Welcome everybody. Welcome to our first episode. If we're going to call it an episode, welcome to the Sublight Lounge. Tonight we want to talk about several things. We got several things we want to get through. One big topic we're going to get into is the Haslab that got announced tonight. That's a big one. I know I got my order in. What about you, Dylan? Did you get an order in?
I did not yet, because I'm trying to. I'm gonna hold off as long as possible, because there's just so much good stuff coming out. But it is definitely on my list, and I'm thinking about getting two.
How long do you have to hold off? Do you even know?
So you have until September 6th to back it. So plenty of time, And they didn't specify that there's a greater reward for backing early. So
Okay.
I think we've got some time.
45 days, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I did want to go ahead and start and just introduce everybody to what we're trying to accomplish here at the Sublight Lounge, right? And the name might change. We're not 100% sold on it, but as you know, we are in the Mafia Discord, and in the Discord, in the main lounge, it tends to get heavy on Star Wars and clone talk. Even today, I don't know what's going on for all these people who say they don't like Clone Wars. It just keeps popping up. So what we decided to do was create a space, and working with Mafia, he was good enough to give us a space. And so we did. We created 79's clone Cantina. And during the week, what we're going to do is we'll open up the Cantina, we'll make announcements in general chat and basically all the chat rooms to let people know when we open up the Cantina. And that will be the sign to come on in and talk Star Wars. And we'll try to do that whenever a figure gets announced, or maybe an episode of Ahsoka comes out, or whatever the Star Wars buzz is, and really maybe any sci-fi. So when that happens, we'll run to the Cantina, we'll open it up, and we'll start the talk. Any topics that we go through the week that we don't come to a conclusion with, we're going to continue that in the Sublight Lounge on Friday. So right now, Fridays is where you're going to find us. The hour, we don't know. We're going to work that out. 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock. The problem is we got our friends out there, LWO, and we don't want to step on their toes. Bretta, we know you're out there. P-Rock, Mario, all good friends of ours. So we want to stay clear of theirs, because I want to join LWO. I want to be in that chat room. I want to be talking with those guys. Who knows? Maybe someday they'll invite me. They invite Christian all the time. I don't even know. Is he Latin? I don't understand the connection there, but that's another discussion. But I just want to go ahead and open this up for our first topic, which is going to be Cat Bane tonight. Right? So I got my notification. I don't know. Did you get any? Did you get this, Dylan, number one?
Yeah, of course I got this. So I got mine from Comic Concepts. I haven't gotten my pre-order yet. Or sorry, I haven't gotten my shipping notice yet, is what I meant to say. I've got to pay it off. I think I've got about $200 left, but I think I should be fine with that. The thing I'm really worried about is the two BARC speeders dropping. We'll be talking about those later, but yeah, I absolutely got this figure. I think he might actually be my favorite bounty hunter in all of Star Wars. And maybe we'll talk about why.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Some pretty good bounty hunters out there.
There are some pretty good bounty hunters. Django is a close second. I've got him here, but Django and Cad Bane have actually got a little bit of a connection, and maybe we'll talk about that. But yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to get this guy. I know some people out there in the audience got two of them. I'm looking at you, Iron King. Or no, I think you actually got three, as a matter of fact.
Three?
Yeah, he got three of them, I think he said.
All right. Well, can't see what he's got planned with those three. They come with 3 sculpts. I know that. Maybe that was the thought process, to go ahead and display them with each of the face sculpts. But yeah, figures $290. I, as you know, always day one pre-order for me. So I immediately got in on this. I got the deluxe version, which gives you a Toto 360. who I love as far as droids go. Toto's pretty cool.
He's
What do
a
you think?
great character. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome. For those of you in the chat who haven't seen Clone Wars, Toto is like his little companion. He's voiced by Seth Green, which is fun. Any Seth Green fans out there, he's voiced by him. He's a fun character because he offers an interesting dynamic where Cad Bane is very serious, very cutthroat, but Toto offers a little bit of comic relief, and sometimes you pity him a little bit because Cad Bane has a tendency to be a little bit mean to the guy. So, but he still seems to have quite an affection for that character. Toto's his guy.
Cad Bane's kind of mean to everybody. He's not really a warm guy. I know, even when he gets his hands on little Padawans and stuff, he's still mean to them. But Toto has pulled him out of some bad missions that didn't really go as planned. So, I think Cad has probably more respect for his droid than he lets on, knowing the past. I don't want to go too far into spoilers, but didn't he brought in a bounty that Cad was unable to mission? Isn't that right?
I can't remember. I do know for sure that there have been moments where Toto got him out of some scrapes. I don't know that Toto got the thanks he deserved for that, but there have been some moments where he got him out of a bind. And also, I was rewatching some Cad Bane episodes a few days ago, and I forget which episode this was, but there's one moment where Cad Bane's trying to make an escape. He drops his hat. Toto picks it up for him and, flies it towards him, gives it back. So,
Yeah,
what would he do without him?
That's his signature hat. So, I'm sure he was thankful for that. So I went with the deluxe on this one. That gave me Toto and the rocket thrusters. So I know you get the boot thrusters, but this gives you the actual effect. Good figure. You're getting Cad Bane with flamethrower. He's got those gauntlets. Those are Mandalorian gauntlets. Is that what he sports there?
I believe so. It's left ambiguous as to how he has those or why. A common theory is that Jango Fett actually gifted those to him. If you want to get a little bit into the Jango Fett connection, you can take that away if you know a little bit about that, or I'm more than willing to elaborate a little bit on that.
Right. So we get the flamethrower, we get the gauntlets, we get his breathing system. You get boot rocket thrusters, 3 sculpts, and as Deadpool says, he brought the brown pants. He's got his brown pants. So the soft goods look good on him. I like the suit overall that he comes with. All the soft goods. And this whole list of goodies, man, this is like everything you need to defeat a Jedi, which is what that whole compliment, if my understanding was right, was to go ahead, fit him so he could take on or be prepared to take on any Jedi that he runs into.
Yeah. He certainly takes on some Jedi characters in the Clone Wars. No job is too big for him, as you said.
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't seen Clone Wars, he's a recurring character who goes up against some of our Jedi characters. He is what Boba Fett is to our OT characters, Luke, Leia, and Han. Cad Bane is to Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka.
Yeah, so when I'm thinking about Cad Bane, and I know you said Iron King was it Iron King? Someone was
Iron
getting
King, I believe, got 3 of them.
Okay, so man, Cad Bane is very versatile. So he can fit with a couple of these lines that we have out there, and I think that's why he's going to appeal to multiple people. You've got Clone Wars, so he's going to work with any of your Clone Wars figures. Bad Batch, he had a good role in Bad Batch with Fennec, I believe, in that episode. As well as, let's see, there was another one. So Clone Wars, Bad Batch. Where else did he appear? Is that it?
Book of Boba Fett. And by the way, for those of you who are watching, I'm streaming my my computer screen right now. I'm pulling up images that are kind of relevant to what we're talking about. So I've got an image right here of him going up against Fennec. He works with that character. Got some Clone Wars images here, Book of Boba Fett images. If you just want to take a look at that while we're talking. But
yeah, there's a signature hat. There's a what was that one? Was that one?
I went a little bit too far ahead. I wanted to talk about that, but
you know what that was. All right, very good. Yeah, that's his run-in with Fennec, and I think Fennec actually got the best of him in that episode. Spoilers be damned. I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want. But Fennec did a good job running up against him. So Clone Wars, Bad Batch, and Kenobi. He's in multiple, or not Kenobi.
Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. So he's in multiple Star Wars IP. Great character. He had a quick appearance, and I am not convinced we haven't seen the last of him. So I know he's definitely going to be showing up down the road. He never seems to be going away. And one of the last things I wanted to mention regarding Cad Bane is and what you can do with him. We've gotten to a point now where you can build a nice little rogues gallery with bounty hunters. We've got, number one, you could have Cad Bane. You could put Fennec in there, put 𝗕𝗔𝗦𝗓, and add Boba Fett and or Mando. And right there, you've got a good grouping, the beginnings of a nice little bounty hunters rogues gallery. And hopefully, I'm sure Hot Toys will be releasing some more. I also just want to take a reminder. I know we got folks out there in the audience, and if you guys wanted to come up and join us and ask questions, just go ahead and raise your hand. And anyone who has their hands raised, we'll bring you guys up, and we'll talk a little bit about any ideas you might have. If anyone's
so if you're on the desktop application, there's a hand in the upper right hand corner near where the chat is for this. So if you click on that, it'll raise your hand. We'll be able to bring you up here, and we can talk a little bit.
All right. Looks like no one's looking to come up at this point. That's fine. We'll keep moving. We'll keep this thing moving on. That's all I have to say with Cad Bane. $290 deluxe. He comes with Toto. I'm getting him. I got my notification. They look like they're going to be sweeping and hit me for this on the 24th. So Sideshow's notifying folks. Watch your emails if you had him on pre-order. You should be getting a notification any day now. They're going to be looking for their money. Cad Bane will be coming to you soon. What was this last picture you had there? I saw you pull up.
This one is his run-in with Padme when he held her hostage in the Senate building. So, this is just again, like, he's a very versatile character. If you want him in your collection, you can put him with Attack of the Clones Padme. You can put him with, as we just saw, Clone Wars Obi-Wan. He's got his Clone Wars armor in that image. There's so much that you can do with this figure. And if you're a lord nut like me, he never had an appearance with Jango Fett, but Jango Fett was actually the person who mentored Cad Bane when he was up and coming. So that's the connection there. Briefly, just touching on it, it's believed that Cad Bane got his Mandalorian gauntlets from Jango Fett as a gift, and since Cad Bane was mentored by Jango, he actually returned the favor, and Cad Bane mentored Boba Fett, and that's why they have that connection in Book of Boba Fett. If we skip ahead a little bit, do you want to touch on this real quick before we get away from Cad Bane?
Well, I mean, this isn't really an episode that I know much about because it never aired. I know somewhat. I know what I'm looking at. And I think what you're showing me here is when Cad Bane runs into a younger Boba Fett.
Yes. So for those who don't know, Clone Wars was canceled when Disney bought Star Wars. And what they've been doing over the years before they brought back Clone Wars was every once in a while at a San Diego Comic-Con or something, they would show us footage of what was to be or concept art. And there was supposed to be a storyline where, we don't have context for why this is happening. We don't know why they became at odds with one another, but there was going to be a duel with Boba Fett and Cad Bane. And as you can see here, it's clearly like there's a Western inspiration here. We've got young Boba Fett here. He's got his armor painted up, wearing his dad's armor, but he's wielding Jango Fett's pistols here. That's the only time we've seen that. And this is just an unfinished animatic from what was supposed to be, I believe it was supposed to be season 7 of Clone Wars before it was canceled. And the really cool thing is that the reason why Boba Fett has the dent in his helmet is because of this very duel. Cad Bane shot him in the head. So,
that's a great picture. Where did you find that? That's awesome.
They showed this at a San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if it was like 2015, 2016, but this image has always stuck out in my head. So it was pretty.
That is an awesome image, man. Look at him laid out, helmet, smoking, right where the dent's gonna be. Yeah.
I wasn't able to find the image of Cad Bane's side of this, but the duel ended up being a draw. They both shot each other, and that actually is the reason why Cad Bane has this metal plate on his head in Book of Boba Fett. So there you go. If you didn't know that, now you do. It's a cool little tidbit.
Man, we just gave them a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons to go out and get this figure and add them to your collection. If you're a Clone Wars, Bad Batch, or Book of Boba Fett fan, you have to add this guy in. He's not going away. He's going to keep coming back. And we know he's got that breathing apparatus, all of that. And it looked like at the end of that episode, a light clicked on, and something turned on. Probably warn Toto or bring Toto down there to help him. But Cad Bane, coming your way. All right, let's move on to the next topic. We'll get into BARC speeders. I don't know what you did for images. Did you bring up heavy, or did you lead with Apo?
I have images of both, actually. So I've got an image of the heavy by himself, but then I've got images of both of them together like this. Didn't pull up too many of them, but I've got some.
Which one should I start with? Which one would you prefer?
Which one's your favorite?
I didn't know which way these images go, so I'll just go heavy clones with BARC speeder. I like the sidecar. It's the bigger one. It was the more expensive one at $610. I needed a little help with this. As always, day one pre-order for me, especially with the vehicle. I wanted to get in front of this, get my payments going. At $610, it broke down to like 8 payments on a payment plan. And for me, I got to get it to that $50 range. So for this one, I used a $20 coupon, applied that, and I had to throw 100 points at it to get that to a $53 a month payment plan. And that worked for me. That got me my heavy weapons with BARC speeder and sidecar. So 610, that gets you your heavy clone trooper. He comes with the shoulder bag. Go easy on us, guys. It's not a satchel or a man bag. It is a shoulder bag. I'm sure he's got grenades or something in there. And he comes with a pistol and rifle. But the one thing he doesn't come with that the heavy clone is known for is the rotary cannon. I don't get that. I don't know why we didn't get that with this guy.
Yeah, I don't get that either, actually, especially because for those who don't know, this heavy clone trooper that Hot Toys gave us is actually from the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game, and that rotary cannon is a signature of that class in the game. So essentially in Battlefront 2, there's 4 classes. There's the Assault, Heavy, Officer, and Sniper. And you have skins for your characters. You can apply whatever color of the rainbow clone you want when you play, but when you play as a 501st, you need to be able to identify, people need to be able to identify what class you're playing as, so they made them look a little bit different. So this is the 501st skin for Battlefront 2, and it's the heavy class. So the signature weapon of that class is the rotary cannon. It's an ability you can use. So I'm a little bit lost on why they didn't package that in either. But if you've got 501st clones, I'm sure you've got plenty of those cannons lying around anyway. I personally don't use any of them for any of my clones right now, so
Yeah,
I'll definitely be handing one to him.
yeah, good point. Lots of those around if you bought any of the 501st. As far as the bike articulation, you got articulation in the hand grips and in the foot grips, and the blaster on the bike articulates. Of course, that arm, that bracket that holds onto the sidecar. I don't know if you have any pictures of that, but that's fully articulated too. That lets you turn the sidecar right around, so the gunner in the car can add for coverage for anyone coming behind the speeder. So these BARC speeders are built a little bit heavier than the Jedi speeders, a little bit more robust as far as a speeder bike. The fins on the speeder bike also articulates. So that's about all you're really getting articulation out of this, and the actual flight stand, the pole that they give you. You know, you can go ahead and bend that and turn that. What I'll tell you is, because I know people are gonna run into how do I display this, and where, you know, how much space is it going to take in the display. They're pretty long. If you haven't got a speeder bike at all from Star Wars, they're not wide, but they are long. So they can take up a lot of room on your shelf, on your display. What I've done, what's worked well for me, is you can get these small floating shelves. They're almost like, I don't know, maybe like a 6-inch square floating shelf, and the speeders that stand will sit nicely on those floating shelves. So you can save your display case, save that space, and put them on floating shelves, and they look good. They actually look great on those shelves outside of the display, and enhance the overall look of your displays. What do you got there?
Yeah. So I've just got the Mando speeder here. I haven't done any measurements as far as like dimensions or anything, but I would assume that it's, you know, it's got to be close. Um, but yeah, this guy's going to take up, especially if you're getting both of them, it's going to take up quite a bit of space. So I personally got a garage shelf that these are going to be going on, but these will definitely not fit in a detail, if I can tell you that.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, a couple floating shelves, and you don't have to waste that display, that shelf space. Get those out of there. These speeder bikes are going to be adding up. If you have the Scout Troopers, if you got the swoop bike, and now you've got these BARC speeders coming in, you're going to be losing a lot of that display shelf. So you might want to think about some other options, and the floating shelves look really good. That's all I've got for the heavy. Do you have anything to add on heavy?
I do have something to add. Real quick, I wanted to know if anyone wanted to come up here and just talk about the BARC speeders. I haven't seen anyone raise their hand. If you want to come up here and just chat with us a little bit, you know, just talk about ideas for your display, or how many BARC speeders you're getting, or anything like that.
It's all good. It's Friday. They probably just want to keep this thing going, man.
No problem. So
All right.
I do have one thing. I do have another image I can pull up. So as I was saying before, this guy is based off of the Battlefront 2 skin. But what's interesting about that is they didn't brand it as a VGM. They branded it as a TMS. But I think that this opens a door for a whole bunch of other clones, because I pulled up some images of some of the different skins in the game. And I just wanted to showcase how they are different. So this is the sniper class, for example. This is the, I think it's the macro visor. I can't remember what it's called. But we've gotten these with a couple of clones. But what's different about this guy is he's got the white shoulders with the stripe. He's got some little blue markings here. He's got a yellow accent here. There's some really cool subtle differences between these classes. And I pulled up not just 501st, but some Wolfpack stuff too. This is personally my favorite. Yeah, this is the heavy for the wolf pack. He's got the, like the Commander Cody visor. He's got these stripes.
Give me the wolf.
The officer class is very close to Commander Wolf. So yeah, it opens up a door for us to get a lot of different stuff. Clone fans, I think, will be happy.
I'm happy. I'm liking it. So there's hope. More. Keep that door. Keep opening that door. Right on. All right. So Apple and BARC speeder. $515 for that one. Right. So you lose the sidecar, but you get a great looking BARC speeder. And what I think is a more memorable, arguably better clone in Sergeant or Captain Appo.
You're talking Sergeant Appo from the Clone Wars?
Yeah, is he Sergeant or Captain?
I think he's a Sergeant. For me, when I think of Appo, I don't think of this, which is what it's based off of the Revenge of the Sith toy line. I don't think of the Revenge of the Sith movie either. I think of the Clone Wars version of the character with the arrow in his head.
Yeah, I do too. We were in Discord, watched was it 4 or 5 episodes of the Battle of Umbara. One of my more yeah, there he is right there with the white arrow. What is the representation of that white arrow, Dylan?
So he only has this arrow in the Clone Wars. In Revenge of the Sith, he's just a normal looking 501st. But the reason why he has this arrow in the show is because Dave Filoni, forget what his role was, but he worked in some way on Avatar: The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon. And he was actually still working at Nickelodeon when he got the call from Lucasfilm Animation, which did not exist at the time, and he believed it was a prank call. But he put this little arrow on his forehead as a reference to Avatar: The Last Airbender, because Appo is very close to Appa, which is the name of Aang's steed in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Right on, very cool. Apple man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a big fan of him. He's always kind of shown up on the wrong side at the wrong time for my liking. But he's probably
a little bit of a kiss ass.
Yeah, and he went to that damn Jedi temple, didn't he, with Anakin? So cold blooded.
Yeah, he's a little cold blooded. Yeah, he's cold blooded. He gets killed by George Lucas's son.
What was his name? Jet Zukasta or something like that.
His son's name is Jet Lucas, but they like to swap around the characters, so it's like Zet something. I don't remember exactly.
All right, so $515. This 8 payments again was right off the bat $55 per payment, so that worked for me. I threw a $20 coupon on that, and day one pre-ordered this. So both those BARC speeders got them in early, paid them off, and I'm hoping. I know they are already hit over on the other side, over in Asia. And I'm thinking maybe in a week we'll probably be getting notifications from Sideshow that these are gonna start landing. They're gonna start hitting. Appo comes with 2 pistols and 1 blaster, right? So he's got those are DC-17 pistols, I believe he carries, and then is it D15? The D15 blaster.
I think it's the D15S, or maybe it's a D14S. I don't know. I'm a cosplayer. I should know these things.
I know. That's why I'm testing you. So I thought it was the D15, and the D15A is the long rifle, but I could be.
Yeah, DC-15A is the long one. DC-15S is the short one.
Yeah. Man, if you got both these BARC speeders, number one, you're in for over $1,000 to get it, but you're getting 2 great figures with them, and they work together. There's a couple of pictures of both those figures together on the BARC speeders, and man, they really work well. And of course, there's that final picture that they give you with BARC speeders and the ATRT, which, man, that we should be getting a notification, soon on that dropping. So, if this is what you're going for, army builders, hopefully you got your orders in early, you paid these off, because more and more stuff is just gonna continue to go ahead and drop. I'm excited for this. Can't wait for them to come in. I have a whole shelf here that's just open. That's pretty much where they're gonna be going. So already have my spot picked out for them. I might change that up. I might do exactly what I told what I suggested, and use some floating shelves, get them out of the display so I can use that room for other things. All right. So the last thing I wanted to talk about tonight, the big one, is the Haslab reveal. And man, a lot of rumors circling around, but it's official. We got the ghost. Finally, 3 3/4 vintage collection ghost. $4.99, not bad. Not great. I mean, not amazing, but at $4.99, it's reasonable for what you're getting when you look at how much and how detailed this ship is. Very compartmentalized. You can break it apart and get into. It's just like the Falcon. They got the game room. They've got quarters for the crew. Just a lot going for it. It comes also with Hera Syndulla and the Phantom 2. So you get the little Phantom 2 ship, which is nice. They had a couple Phantom ships with the Ghost, and in this one, we're going to get the Phantom 2. This kind of burns me a little bit, and I'll back up and I'll talk about that. But as usual with Haslab, they have a tier system, so they got 3 tiers going for this, and the tier is 8,000 to get the program ultimately approved, and then after that we jump up to 11,000 for tier 1, and that gets you 𝗕𝗔𝗦𝗔𝗓. Did you get a chance to see that figure, Dylan?
I did. I really like the card backing on them. They're all kind of unique. They're all based off of the mural that Sabine paints. I can't find an image right here on the official website of the tiers, but I do have the ghost pulled up here. By the way, it's already halfway towards its target. It's got 4,000 backers already. Just dropped a couple hours.
When we were just about to get on, I thought it was like at 2,000. So I mean that number is growing fast. That's awesome. So at 11K tier 1, you get 𝗕𝗔𝗦𝗔𝗓, and Ezra comes with a 𝗦𝗢𝗑𝗏. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's a 3 3/4 figure, and they're giving you another little figure to go with it. So you get the 𝗦𝗢𝗏. At tier 2, you're going to get to 14K, and 14K is going to get us 𝗕𝗘𝗥𝗖𝗢𝗠. So he actually comes with a totally different head sculpt, and he comes with his visor. So 3 3/4 figure, but really these figures are done really well. The sculpts look good. The likenesses are spot on for 3 3/4. Something's changed. Something changed over at Haslab, I want to say about a year and a half ago, where the sculpts coming out from those 3 3/4 are much better. They definitely are doing something that they can get that detail on a smaller sculpt, and I saw that with the Bo-Katan right out of the gate. So Kanan, his figure looked great, and that additional head sculpt looks awesome. Tier 3 is 17K, so we got to get to 17K to get Gara Zeb Aurealis, also known as Zeb. So those are the figures. That's a nice grouping. Iron King was good enough to go ahead and pop a couple of those pictures down below in the chat. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, thank you, Iron King. I just pulled him up.
Yeah, very cool. That's the Kanan Jarrus figure that he is showing us there with the sculpt and the visor. So 3 tiers: 11K, 14K, and 17K. And at this rate, the way we're going, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I don't think so either.
Lab has labs. Dylan, any experience?
This will be my very first Haslab.
Really?
I almost picked up, yeah, I almost picked up the Razor Crest back when that dropped, but I didn't have enough of an attachment to it. I do kind of, in hindsight, regret not picking it up. But the one thing I do know, without having any experience with these, is that they do seem to retain their value. So that's why I was thinking about picking up 2 of these. Not encouraging anyone to pick up 2, because I've never picked up a Haslab and then sold it on the aftermarket. This will be my first one, but they do seem to retain their value. So I do have an attachment to this one. I think the Ghost is an awesome ship. I'm not that big of a fan of Rebels. Like I was more into that show for the Clone Wars characters that appeared in it, but I think the Ghost is a really awesome ship. So that's all I'll say on that right now.
Yeah, they teased me back in the day, and I started with my son. We started down that line with the Rebels line, so we got the figures, and they sold us a Phantom 1, which gave us hope and gave me hope that we were going to get a Ghost, which never ever materialized. So this is the 3 3/4 Phantom 1, and as you can see, right down below, just the way it was designed, the bottom of it, you could tell that it looks like it was designed for a Ghost, to fit on some kind of ship, which never ever happened. As we know, Disney happened. They came in, the relationship changed, and the toys went away. Um, the new Ghost, the new figures are far superior to the figures that we were getting. The legs weren't even articulated. They had taken a step back from the Phase 2 clones with the Clone War figures, and then they had also Rebel figures out. And the articulation, they just got away from it. So this is what was out. We secured one, but we never got our Ghost. So it's been a long time waiting. I'm glad to see it. I have heard, and I thought it was Iron King that got me an answer on that. So thank you, Iron King. That my Phase 1 will not work with the Ghost. So it comes with the Phase 2.
Actually, I have some good news for you. So I was watching a stream earlier. It was kind of hard to hear because the microphone quality was bad and there was a crowd of people clamoring for questions and stuff. But somebody asked if that toy is going to be compatible, and they said that it's not going to click in, but it's a similar shape, so it should fit in there.
Oh,
So you might be able to get away with it.
that's good enough.
Yeah, that's awesome. So for those of you who have that, I mean, like I've got the image pulled up here of the Ghost 2. It's a much different looking ship than what CT has. I don't know if you're still showing it on camera, but
I'm
yeah,
not. But what I will say about the Phase 2 is it adds a better aesthetic to the actual Ghost. When that Phase 2 is on there, that fin that you see in the back adds a fin to the Ghost, and just changes the overall aesthetic of the back of the ship. It works well. So I'm happy to have them both. I'm going to be happy to have them both. And yeah, Haslab, I got in on the Razor. I got it right there. That's the Razor Crest right there, right back there. I also got in on a Sentinel, on the X-Men Sentinel. Both of them were $349. I only got one, and a lot of the folks I knew did go ahead and bought multiples, and very easily, like you said, moved their stock. So it's not something that I practice. I can see a lot of people buy multiples to go ahead and sell one to go ahead and supplement the one that they're going to keep, supplement the price of that. So I can see the benefit of that. These products represent what I would say the very best that Hasbro has. So when they do put these items together, they usually top notch and sell quickly. So the Ghost has been a long time waiting. We've got Ahsoka coming out, so I think we're going to have a revitalization of the Rebels figures, and I don't know if we're going to see the Ghost and actually see the Ghost in Ahsoka, but even if we don't, just seeing those figures again are going to tug on that nostalgia, and people are going to be looking for this when it comes out in 45 days. You get 45 days.
I am almost positive that the Ghost will be showing up in the show. I'm really excited to see these characters come back. I don't have that much of an attachment to Rebels, but I just think it's really cool that these characters are potentially all coming into live action, and I'm really looking for this show. Did you know that the Ghost is in Rise of Skywalker?
Is it the Ghost or is it a similar ship? A similar
It is the Ghost.
Okay. No, I did not know.
It is also in Rogue One.
So now can I cancel my Ghost? Is it too late?
I don't think we need to go that far. It's not my favorite film, certainly, but I'm pulling up an image here. It appears in the final battle scene.
Oh, and there it is. God,
it's just a little Easter egg.
Right. You are right. There it is. There it is. And now it's available. So
yeah,
you can go ahead, go over to Hasbro Pulse if this is something you want to secure. Get over there, order it today. They'll just bill you when it's shipping. So $500, you have time to go ahead and put that money away, and when they let you know it's shipped, you'll be all ready for it. So, man, do you think? Can you think of any misses on that Ghost? Anything that?
I think it looks fucking awesome. I can't wait for this thing because what I love about the Ghost is it is just their home. They have bedrooms on it. They have a common space on it. We spend a lot of time on that ship in the show, and also the fact that it comes with Hera is a big bonus. She's the pilot. That is her ship. But also, looking at this figure, this is actually my first time looking at it up close, and she comes with some really cool accessories. She comes with a 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗖𝗓, which is a sentimental item for her. I won't go too much further into that, but if you watch Rebels, that's a sentimental item for her. This little brown thing right here, it's like a T-shape. That's a 𝗕𝗘𝗢𝗖𝗓. And then on the tiers, all of these figures look awesome. I mean, like Ezra comes with the Scout Trooper helmet and the 𝗬𝗘𝗢𝗓, like you said. Kanan comes with both head sculpts for him. Kanan is an awesome Jedi. And the Zeb is a really cool character too, and he recently appeared for the first time in live action on Mando season 3.
It looks like the card stock is that mural that we're seeing in Ahsoka that they showed.
It is. And what's cool about that mural is it appeared in the epilogue of Rebels, and they just directly pulled the mural from Rebels and put it in Ahsoka. They didn't change anything. I think that's a nice touch.
Yeah. Man. I'm only getting one. That's it. That's all I got. Too much stuff. Too much stuff coming out. And this was not on my radar. You know?
It was not for me either. There's a lot of good stuff out there, and I'm, if you know me, I'm not just into the hot toys. I'm getting statues and stuff too. So
yeah.
For those of you who are really into Star Wars collecting, it is pretty rough right now, but I hope that we all hang in there.
Yeah. It's just going to keep dropping. So, stay in front of those pre-orders. Get those things paid off. The BARC speeders are dropping. You're gonna have the ATRT right behind it. I got a notification. It looks like R5 got pushed out. So was expecting him. I was on my last payment for him, so I thought he might drop a little bit early, but looks like he's going to be a little bit late. But other than that, looks like they're all coming. We'll give our members out there one last chance. If anyone wants to join us on stage, if there's anything or any items they want to talk about. Oh, Bretta!
Oh, Bretta's coming up here, and also anyone else, if you want to come up, please do, because I actually do see some new people in here that I've never seen before. Hardcore Candy, you've got a clone trooper icon, so I immediately gravitated towards you. I've never seen you before, but I know that Late Bloomer and Iron King might like to talk about some of this stuff too.
Bretta.
Hello.
Hello, and I just want to thank you for joining us today. That means a lot.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Yeah, and coming up on stage.
No, I'm just joining first because I guess you are going to wrap up soon. And I've been listening to the whole show. I think it was really, really good, very informative, especially for example, I watched the Clone Wars, but you guys have so much more knowledge than I have because there are many things I've forgotten. And just want to give congrats to you because I think the show is amazing and I cannot wait for the next one.
Well, thank you.
Awesome.
And big thanks to my partner here, Dylan, who brings a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of seasons of Clone Wars, and Dylan's a cosplayer too. So did you want to talk a little bit about that and share with the group?
Yeah, I could. I don't have any of my stuff around.
Oh, gee, too bad. Damn. Maybe you can just talk about it then.
So I'm a Clone Trooper cosplayer. I've been cosplaying since about 2015. None of them were super impressive though. It was just like homemade stuff. Did a Fallout cosplay. I did a Spider-Man cosplay for a while. Can't fit in that anymore. I'm gaining a little bit of weight. But I'm a Clone Trooper cosplayer. I got my kit from Imperial Surplus, which is a very well-known, not a retailer, but a costume maker in the community. Lots of Clone Trooper cosplayers buy from him, and he's so popular that he's actually been hired by Lucasfilm to do stuff for official merchandise and even like in some of the TV shows and stuff. He does Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers. It's all like vacuum formed plastic. The helmets are resin. It's real great stuff. But I cosplay a 332nd clone. It's basically like a big, kind of like a model kit that you put together. You have to trim it to your body proportions, glue it together, sand it, all that stuff. I painted all of it. So if anyone wants to see that, I could try to find a picture and send it in the chat. It may take a moment for me to do that, but cosplay a Clone Trooper. It's very uncomfortable to wear, but it's very fun.
All right, so look out for Dylan at those Comic Cons and at any cosplay showings.
First time I ever wore my Clone Trooper costume was Star Wars Celebration Anaheim, and I had the time of my life. It was my first celebration. And if you haven't been to a Star Wars celebration, I can't recommend going enough. You will, if you're a big Star Wars fan, you'll have the time of your life there.
Going to Japan?
I am absolutely going to Japan, and I hope to see some people there. I'm really hoping that a lot of the people in this community who've been saying that they're going to go, I hope that they're truly committed. So I will definitely be there.
I'm hoping to make it. Hoping to take my son and go as well, but we are going to need to throttle back on some pre-orders.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go ahead and do that.
Your son will really enjoy that, I'm sure, because it'll be the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, love sushi too, so that'll work for me. Well, let's just go ahead and wrap up. I just want to go ahead and thank everyone out there. I see Iron King, Doc Smizzle, P-Rock was out there. Of course, Mafia, thank you for giving us this space. Jedi Chris, Late Bloomer, Rackaman Chris, 1/6 Scale Man, Joe, Fat Batman, Toy Box, I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but I just wanted to go ahead, give a shout out. We're going to keep this going. Join us during the week at 79's Clone Cantina. When we open that up, we'll give a notification when we're going to go ahead and open up and jump on in, whether you're in the general chat or just hanging out on Facebook. We'll get that notification out. Discord, join the Discord. I know Mafia said he might try to get this out on YouTube, so if this is broadcasting out on YouTube, I want to encourage everyone to join us in Discord. We got a lot going on here. All kinds of stuff going in the chat room. Unboxings every day. These guys have their own shows. They come in from all over the place. If something hits their doorstep, they don't care. They open it up right in Discord, live with us all the time. So this is where the community's happening, folks. So I know Discord can be a little bit tricky, but we got plenty of people here. We'll always help you out getting in here and getting you familiar with it. It is absolutely worth it. So that being said, I just want to say goodnight to everybody. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. And get those orders in for your ghost. Right? We out.
Good night, guys.